Well, hello there, everyone, and thank you so very much for joining me for this week's reflection. I'm Susan Short, and I serve as the Director of Music Ministries at College Lutheran Church located in Salem, Virginia. And I do hope that you're making plans to join us in the sanctuary or through our live stream this Sunday, the seventh Sunday of Easter, and our service begins at 10 a.m. As a result of the latest advice that we have received from Bishop Bob Humphrey of the Virginia Synod, in particularly the quote, "Consider having choral singing with masked, fully vaccinated persons instead of congregational singing. We will have a small vocal ensemble of masked, fully vaccinated singers join us to share their gifts and talents with us this Sunday during our worship service. I do hope you're making plans to join us." Our prelude and processional hymn for Sunday is "Christ is the King, O friends rejoice." So let's take a moment to learn a little bit more about the text writer and composer. The text was written by George Kennedy Allen Bell, who was born in 1883. He was educated at Westminster School and Christ Church in Oxford. He was chaplain to the Archbishop of Canterbury in 1914 and was appointed as Dean of Canterbury in 1924. He was interested in forming partnerships between the Anglican Church and churches in other countries and was instrumental in starting the World Council of Churches. He died in 1958. This hymn was written originally for use on the Feast of St. Simon and St. Jude, which is commemorated on October the 28th. But it is also apt, and we have used it in most situations as we celebrate Christ the King Sunday. But I just happen to like it for this Sunday because once again the Alleluias have returned. The first line was originally "Christ is the King, O friends of praise," but this, along with various other lyrics, has been altered through common use and various publications. So in 1931, it was originally set to a Welsh tune called Llangodmor. Later publications set it to Melchior Vulpes' tune, still commonly used today, and I have included a link to a recording by the St. Andrew and St. Paul Chamber Choir in Montreal, Canada, set to the Vulpes tune, so I hope you do take a moment to listen to it. The tune we'll actually hear this week is set to Beverly, which was composed by Charles R. Anders in 1978. And I happen to absolutely love this tune and came to find out that Anders was born in Frederick, Maryland, almost a true Western Marylander, in 1929. He passed away in 2020 at the age of 90. He was a Lutheran pastor and professor of music. Anders held bachelor's degrees from Wittenberg University in Ohio, a bachelor's degree in music from St. Olaf College, and while he was there, he was a tenor in the nationally known St. Olaf Choir under the direction of Olaf Christensen. He was ordained into the Lutheran Church of America, the LCA, in 1954 and pastored congregations in Georgia, in Indiana, Florida, and Minnesota. He later completed a music degree in musicology from Indiana University. Following the completion of his master's degree, Anders served on the LCA's Commission on Worship at the denomination's headquarters in New York City. During his career, he created hymns, anthems, and liturgical material for choirs, for organists, pastors, and congregations throughout the church. In 1967, Anders became chairman of the music department at Thiel Lutheran College in Greenville, Pennsylvania. The following year, he joined the music faculty at St. Olaf College, where he taught sacred music and composition until 1973. He then organized the 1973 Lutheran Church Conference on Worship, the 1974 Inter-Lutheran Church Music Institutes, and contributed to the denomination-wide creation of the 1975 Lutheran Book of Worship, our green hymnal that we continue to use today. Here's what Anders' family said about him in his 2020 obituary. He blessed his entire family with a great sense of humor, a respect for learning, an appreciation for music, a love of gardening, a bent for an adventure, and a thirst for the great outdoors. We are all grateful and richer for his example and encouragement. While we mourn his loss, we also celebrate the many gifts he shared with us. The tune that we'll hear during our service on Sunday is called Beverly. Anders dedicated the tune to his wife Beverly, whom he married in 1952. And again, you will find that notation in our ELW, in our Cranberry hymnal. And this is hymn number 662. And the tune citation is located at the bottom of the page. And you'll see Beverly in large caps. So that's a little bit of background on our prelude and processional hymn that we will be hearing during this Sunday's worship. And I do hope that you're making plans to join us in the sanctuary or online through our live stream on Sunday beginning at 10 a.m. Thank you so very much for joining us for this week's reflection, and do continue to take great care.